I want to acknowledge a few folks, thank and acknowledge a few folks. Jeremy Heath, Tanya Cavitan, Renee LaLaren for putting together the program. Also want to recognize our city manager, John Marsh. Just raise your hand, John, where are you? There he is, city manager. And Danielle Swint, she's way back there. Very patient lady, very helpful. Our police chief, Jonathan White. There he is. Yep. Brings his own fan club with him. Our law firm, Grady Randall. I don't know if he's here, but we want to acknowledge him. And our municipal judge is Phyllis Ross. Also, we have a fire chief, believe it or not. Yes, big town like this, we do have one. Is he here, Daryl? There he is. Chief Hemley, thank you so much. I want to recognize a couple of other folks. Rigo Kozolcine, where are you, Rigo? There he is, yep. He is an expert in his field, which is public roads and streets and water and sanitary sewer. Is Travis here? Travis Tanner? Is he? There he is. And Miss Joyce Fasoot. Joyce, she's the number ladies. Finance. All right, then I want to thank my guests that are right here. And most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Barbie Benton, right there. Honey, thank you for your help and your encouragement and support. Okay, the theme of the Liberty Night is Rosenberg yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So you're going to get a lot of figures. You won't be tested on it. Don't worry about it. But you're going to get a lot of information about some things that how things were in the past and some of the things that we've done through time and that we did last year and that we hope to do this year and years to come. Okay? So first, I believe we're going to watch a quick 2-minute video.
Since the early 1800s, Rosenberg has been a city built upon the foundation of vision, growth, planning, and development. In 1883, Mayor R.T. Mulkey, known as the father of Rosenberg, built one of the first homes in the city. In 2019, there are more than 12,500 households in the city limits. 6 years later, in 1889, Mayor Mulkey donated money and land to build the first school in Rosenberg. Today, we boast 12 Lamar Consolidated Independent School campuses. By the first decade of the 20th century, the commercial district centered about Main Street, now 3rd Street. The first 2-story buildings were the J.H.P. Davis Bank, which is the Reese Building, the Gray & Sons Building, the Cochran Brokers Building, and the Earp Building, which is the Vogelsang Building. By 1912, there were 56 businesses, including banks, real estate firms, loan and land development companies, merchants, doctors, and lawyers' offices. Today, the city has more than 3,200 individual businesses. In 1930, Main Street was paved. In 2019 alone, we paved more than 3.50 miles of streets. By 1942, 15 miles of concrete sidewalks were laid. In 2019, 10,650 linear feet of concrete sidewalk reconstruction was completed. By 1940, pavement at the east side of town was extended to Richmond. Business picked up, and Rosenberg soon became known as the hub of the Gulf Coast. In 1947, Senate candidate Lyndon Baines Johnson landed by helicopter on the roof of Leonard Pinkert's store and garage, and Mark Cole Sr., Wendell Shannon, D.I. Lowham, Gus Kunkel, Walter Schult, and Julius Junker established radio station KFRD. In 1951, John Wayne, Jeff Chandler, Keenan Wynn, and Gail Storm appeared at the Cole Theater to promote Movie Time in Texas. By 1960, the city's population was almost 10,000. By 1980, there were almost 18,000 people, and new shopping centers were springing up all over the city. Rosenberg now has an estimated population of more than 40,000. That growth is poised to continue. Friendly people, a strong business climate, and a commitment to excellence will keep Rosenberg growing strong far into the future.
Thank you, TSTC College, for the audio and visual. Okay. All right, Rosenberg is located in the heart of Fort Bend County. We watched the northeast and east sides of Fort Bend County grow in leaps and bounds in the past 30 years, and that growth is now on top of Rosenberg, which is, you can see by this map, is situated right in the heart of the county. But before I get too much further, I want to make sure that we thank and recognize Commissioner Morales and KP George. Would you please stand up? There they are. Are any of the other commissioners here? No? All right, they're lost. Thank y'all so much for coming, and thank you for your assistance to the city. Also, can't forget our Congressman Pete Olson, tallest guy in the room. There he is. Thank you, Pete, for coming. All right, so we'll get back to our slideshow. All right, total area of Rosenberg, 37.2 miles and 70.8 miles in the ETJ, 57% of which is undeveloped. Our annual budget last year, and you're going to get a review of that's what the state of the city is. You can get a little bit of a review of what we did in this past year. Our budget this last year we approved was about an $80 million budget. And as of February, currently our population is about 40,344 folks. Okay. 18,461 inquiries to citizens relations. That's a lot of phone calls. 114,070 calls received by dispatch. City currently has 296 full-time employees, 15 part-time employees, and 265 city volunteers. As Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Our team of 296 full-time employees, 15 part-timers, and 265 do just that. Their contributions are what makes the city a great place for our residents. All right, now we'll see the growth pattern. 1960s, the city had about 10,000 people. This year we got about 40,000, so it incrementally has been going up. Estimated 10 years from now, about 54,000 people in the city limit. There'll probably be a couple of 100,000 in the ETJ, maybe more. Okay. Population has grown more in the past 19 years than it did in the 40 years previous to that. All right. Okay. In 2019, and these are important figures here because the city's been very busy the last year. The city council. Last year, the street sweeping contracts swept 1,452 miles of street. City did 3.54 miles of street repairs, 10,650 linear feet of sidewalks, 228 street signs replaced, 57 street lights installed, 613 trees trimmed, and 5,942 acres mowed in the right-of-way and open space. Okay. Last year, 2019, we adopted the adoption of 2 more large digital billboards in the city. And as part of the agreement, the Clear Channel had to remove 14 billboard signs. That brings it close to almost 40 signs that Clear Channel has removed as a result of that agreement. Citizens Relations, Public Works, and Utilities Department launched a mobile work order system. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. I won't go through everything here. Okay. All right, now we're going to watch another video. This one will be about 5 minutes long. These are introduce y'all to, if you do business with the city, these are good folks to know. They will be the department heads.
Hello, I'm City Manager John Marsh.
And I'm Assistant City Manager Joyce Fasood.
2019 was a great year for the City of Rosenberg. Our dedicated team of employees worked together to meet and exceed the needs of our community, to deliver exceptional service, and to cultivate an enhanced quality of life in our community through leadership, innovation, and cooperative partnerships.
Our city remained financially strong. Even with reducing the tax rate and lowering the debt, we have embarked on multi-million-dollar capital improvement projects and still maintain the quality of life and level of service that our citizens deserve.
Here are a few of our departmental leaders with a brief highlight of some of our biggest accomplishments of 2019.
The key word for Rosenberg in 2019 was new. New sales tax revenue, new jobs, and new infrastructure. Continued strength in our new housing market attracted restaurant and retail brands that were new to the city.
This past year, both the Assistant City Secretary and myself completed the Texas Municipal Clerk Certification Program through the University of North Texas. We also implemented a new public information request outlet for citizens through Just FOIA, which is an easier way for citizens to obtain public information through our website.
We established an employee recognition program. Our insurance rates did not increase from last year. Our terminations have decreased by 25%. And we also increased our vacation accrual to 15 days per year.
The fire department was awarded the Staffing for Adequate Firefighters and Emergency Response Grant for the federal government. This grant provides federal funds to pay for the salaries and benefits for new firefighters. The fire department was awarded a grant through Firehouse Subs for a rescue boat. This will aid in our protection for water rescue equipment.
In 2019, we were able to reduce crime by 13%, reduce our violent crime by 6%, and we also obtained 2 high water vehicles for high water rescues through a grant program.
Over the course of 1 year, we just reached a 94% live release rate. That's the highest it has ever been in the history of Rosenberg Animal Control and Shelter, and we are very proud to be part of a no-kill community. Over 2019, we had our highest number of adoptions, and over the course of 1 year, it actually increased by 89%.
Hello, my name is Rigo Calzoncin. I'm the Executive Director of Public Services for the City of Rosenberg. I oversee the Building Maintenance Department, the Fleet Department, the Street Department, the Utilities Department, and the Capital Improvements Project Department. I'll let the department heads for each of these departments talk about their accomplishments.
The Utility Department ensures that the residents of Rosenberg receive good quality water. The Utility Department has recently completed several major projects. The completion of lift station number 19 at Bryan Road, commissioning and startup of the first surface water treatment plant in the city of Rosenberg's history. The Utility Department has also implemented an inflow and infiltration reduction program. This helps to assist with the stormwater going into sanitary sewers, and it also reduces cost at their treatment facilities.
The Building Maintenance Department performs many types of maintenance for all the city buildings. We pressure washed, painted, and refurbished the gazebo in front of City Hall. We also installed 20 new fans in the kennels at the animal shelter. We were also instrumental in seeing the installation of the new customer service drop box and drive-through.
2019 was a successful year for Public Works. For street reconstruction, 1.33 miles was completed using 2,774 tons of asphalt. Street overlay, 2.21 miles have been completed using 5,385 tons of asphalt. Sidewalk reconstruction, 10,650 linear feet was completed. Street sweeping, 121 miles are swept monthly.
During the last year, the City of Rosenberg has completed numerous capital improvement projects. A few of the projects include the Bryan Road project, the Spotchick Road improvements, the Reading Road Center turn lane, and the Big League Baseball field.
Hi, my name's Travis Tanner, and I'm the Executive Director of Community Development for the city. Basically, the areas that I oversee for the city are the Planning Department, Geographic Information Systems, Code Compliance, the Health Department, Parks, and the Civic Center. I just wanted to talk briefly about some of our accomplishments over the last year. We updated our grant program for Hurricane Harvey, and we were able to help a number of people to get funding to make repairs. One of the other things that we accomplished over the last year is the successful reinstatement of our dangerous buildings program with the city.
The Big League field at the sports complex is set to open for Little League opening day this year. The Parks and Recreation Master Plan was completed this past year. Parks and Recreation Master Plan outlines how to address any maintenance concerns within the parks, as well as build future parks based on what the residents of Rosenberg are looking for.
This year, we upped our marketing efforts to reach more potential clients. We've also seen an increase in quinceañera rentals and also wedding reception rentals. This past year at the Civic Center, we had yoga, ballet, and bridge classes. And this year, we are working on getting a boot camp class.
The Code Enforcement Department has accomplished implementing new systems, InterGov and Bluebeam, which assists the department in electronic plan review for the Health Department, permitting, and fire marshals. With the department's addition of the Code Enforcement Officer, we can accommodate the excelling growth of the city.
Customer Service Department's goal is to provide the highest standards in customer service. The drive-up payment drop box has been relocated to a safer, secure location. The Customer Service Department provided services to over 10,500 utility customers and collects an annual total of $15 million.
The municipal court processes Class A misdemeanor cases, including city ordinance violations. We've updated our standing orders, upgraded our court case management software, had our first warrant safe harbor day, and participated in our second National Night Out.
The City Finance Department received the Traditional Finances Star from the Texas State Comptroller's Office for displaying a high level of transparency on the city's website. And also for the 26th consecutive year, the City Finance Department received the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the 2019 budget book.
The Technology Department provides support to all city departments. We strive to maintain and enhance the efficiency of those departments through the use of innovative technology solutions. This year, the Technology Department has enhanced the City Council meeting experience by providing larger, high-resolution monitors for the viewing gallery and equipping the City Council with individual monitors and electronic agendas. In addition, we have upgraded the city's media broadcasting capabilities to deliver HD quality audio and video, as well as YouTube live streaming. We have delivered a 98% uptime for the city's core systems and services, which enables departments such as the police and fire department to provide better service to our citizens.
We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and this year we added a new Nextdoor and LinkedIn page. One of the most important tools we launched this year was our new text notification system. Citizens can text 4 different keywords to 888-777 for important city updates. You can text Our Town for city notifications, RPD alerts for Rosenberg police alerts, and RFD alerts for Rosenberg fire alerts. Our events will be for city-sponsored special event alerts.
All right. Thank you so much. So as y'all could see, the city's been very busy the last year. I need to introduce our current council members. Please stand up If you are a council member, thank y'all so much. That's Kevin Raines. He's our Mayor Pro Tem. Tim Anders, District 3. Isaac Davila, District 1. Thank y'all for attending. And then our RDC members, we can't leave them out. Please stand. That's right. There you go. There they are. Teresa Bailey, Ted Garcia, Herb Phelan. Herb and Fran and Robert, any other former council members here? Y'all stand up just a second. We're going to let folks look at y'all. There we are. These are some of our former council members. Thank y'all for your service to the city. And Herb was even city manager for a while. That's interesting. He's got a lot of interesting stories. Okay, we're going to blaze through these. All right, so home starts since 2010, 5,130. Last year, new home starts, 151 in the city, 400 in the ETJ. All right, let's keep going. Go to the map there. Just take probably some developers. There's no developers out there, is it? All right, let's take a look at those. All right, we'll go to the school. There we go. Yep, the school district is going to build its, announced that the Lamar School District will build its 6th campus, I guess for the high school, will be in the southern part of Rosenberg's ETJ, and this will attract families to the area. Home values. This is important because the values, as you know, help generate the revenue that the city needs to operate. The median home value this year is $185,000. That's up 4% over the past year. It's projected to go up another 3% next year. In 2010, it was 124,000. So as you can see, those have been going up very steady. All right, we'll move along to development. All right, this is going to be a little shocking. Believe it or not, they have built this $1 million square foot facility. It seems like in just a few weeks. It's probably been maybe 3 or 4 months. It is huge. This is for the Dollar Tree Distribution Center. When they get up and going, they should add about 400 new jobs to the area. They're going to invest about $150 million in the construction out there. Okay, there's another photo of it. All right. And as part of the agreement for this Dollar Tree distribution, the city, we're in the process of installing 2.5 miles of new city infrastructure, water and sewage, because they got to have water and sewer out there. So we have to get it to them. But that's okay, because we're picking up a big customer. All right. Here's the business park. Yes, Rosenberg does have a business park. It's off 2218. It's 184 acres. Okay. There's going to be several companies out there. And there's several companies that are expanding here in Rosenberg. Here are just a few. We appreciate their interest in Rosenberg. Okay. And a lot of other smaller little businesses as well. All right, this next slide is going to be a very important slide. These are just a few of the largest things that we did last year. 6th Street Waterline Rehab, Avenue D Extension. I won't go through all of them, but the Dollar Tree, Bryan Road, Glen Meadow. And the Glen Meadow, Avenue D, and Bryan Road, we absolutely could not have done without the help of our county commissioner, and we appreciate KP George for helping them out, helping Commissioner Morales out and the other commissioners as well. But those were partnerships with the county. Those projects would not have taken place without their partnership. Thank you all again for those. Yes. And the Road and Bridge folks are here too. Fort Bend County Road and Bridge, I've said this before, I'll say it again, is the absolute best in that business. They are the best road builders, the best bridge builders, and we are partnering with the county this year. We believe starting in April that they will start resurfacing, helping, resurfacing asphalt roads here in Rosenberg. So they're kind enough, they're very generous. We are supplying, just paying for the asphalt. They are providing the labor and using their machinery. We deeply appreciate that, because we can get 1 mile of road done, or 3 miles of road done for about the cost of a mile if we had to go out to independent contractors. So we appreciate that. Yep, you can applaud that. All right. And here are a few, may be difficult to see, but as you can see, we have, in the last 10 years, so we want to thank all former councils as well, but that's the center of town. As you can see, the city in the last 10 years has replaced, I would say that looks like about 60-70% of all the sanitary sewers. We'll get to all of them. We'll go to the street overlay. There we go. Bless somebody, but yeah. That's some of the streets that the city has overlaid in the last 10 years. There's probably a few that aren't on there. Okay, drainage improvements. That's a little tough to see. I'm not sure if Dry Creek is on there. Yes, maybe in the, yep, there we go. And here's the Dry Creek Basin. This is important. Several years ago, the city leaders had the foresight to purchase 94 acres out off Ricefield Road. Dry Creek drains about 40% of the city, and the city is in the process of, well, always improving it and making it deeper. And this last year, we allowed a company to come dig it down for us deeper, and we just gave them the dirt, so that was a good deal. They used it out on the freeway. So if they ever get the freeway finished, you'll be seeing that dirt. Okay, water improvements. There we go. All right, transportation improvements. These are streets, roads, avenues, and boulevards. Okay. All right, facility improvements. Those are the city buildings. All right, and this next one here, sidewalk improvements. We have put sidewalks all over this city, and we're going to do more this year as well. All right, now we're going to give you some very, very important numbers. There we go. Okay, and 2009 tax base here, the total market taxable value was about what, $1.5 billion. It is now about $3.4 billion in 10 years. That's what has helped to enable us to expand and improve many of our municipal services. This next figure, sales tax. Very important figure right here. Okay, here we go. In 2009, city generated about $10.5 million in sales tax. Well, guess what? Last year, we generated about $20 million in sales tax, and that's projected to climb every year. That's a very important figure. I saw Mr. Steve Alvis here. Steve and his development, New Quest and Town Center are a big part of that. Steve, where are you? Raise your hand. There he is. Kind of a low-key guy. Thank you so much for y'all's interest in Rosenberg. All right. Taxes, the dreaded T word. That's okay. Don't dread discussing it here in Rosenberg, because we resist these every year. We've raised our homestead exemptions. In 2017, it was $30,000. In 2018, we raised it. Now this is for over 65. You got to qualify. There's nobody in here that qualifies for this, but we raised it to $45,000 in 2018, and this last year we raised it to $60,000. So the first $60,000 of value of your homestead, if you're over 65, you pay 0 city taxes on that. So I'm pretty proud of that. God willing, we may bring it to council and hopefully see if the council will bite on raising that from $60,000 to $75,000. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, debt, the dreaded D word. Okay, 2018, our debt was about $80 million. By the end of this year, by the end of this fiscal year, we should have that down to about $60 million. This is principal only. That will save a lot of money in interest. That interest saved rolls back into the budget so that we can provide more municipal services or provide more tax cuts or pay down the debt even further. Okay? This is a blessing figure right here. Grants, last year we received over $2.8 million in grants. That helped us to, that's part of that $80 million budget. There are a list of things, almost too numerous to mention, but we had a fire safer grant of $1.1 million. Memorial Day flood generator, that was reimbursed from the federal government. Thank you, Pete. $700,000. And several other large grants as well. Firehouse Sub gave the city $25,000 grant. We thank them as well. All right. You've heard there's been a lot of news about animal rights here in Rosenberg and some of the progress that we've made. Believe it or not, this shelter, the Rosenberg Animal Shelter, has been able to adopt out 651 animals. Prior to adoptions, many of these animals would have been euthanized. So we're pretty proud about that one. I got to tell you, it doesn't come cheap to do that, though. When I became mayor, we had when I moved to Rosenberg 22 years ago, the city had 2 employees in the animal control department. When I became mayor in 2017, the city had 2 employees in the animal control department. We now have 6 paid positions in the animal control department. So as you can imagine, the budget for that department has skyrocketed, but we're doing our best to get our money's worth and to service the citizens with their animals. All right. So we'll keep moving along here. Our park system, we've had quite a few improvements of. These are just a few of them. In the last 10 years, the city spent nearly $5 million in improvements. The city currently has 9 parks. And let's see, okay, there's the future park system improvements. All right, and you'll see a picture now of the Seabourn Creek Sports Complex. And since this photograph, they've actually added another field. So this sports complex out here is growing by leaps and bounds. You would not believe all the folks that come out here during springtime to watch the children play. Here's just a few of Rosenberg's community special events. And we've had many, many more other than this. It's after 1. Thank you all so much. I hope you found this information interesting. God bless y'all. Again, thank you for coming to Rosenberg, and thank you all for supporting the chamber. Oh, I forgot to mention Phil Stevenson. Phil, our state representative, stand up. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention his newlywed wife. Stand up, Sue Geik Stevenson. There she is. Known him for many, many years. Congratulations, newlyweds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.